I got 2 strikes on a popper I've been throwing, but no takers. So I changed what color of popper I'm using. Different color tail, different color body. And I have no idea. I see strikes on top of the water quite a bit. I just don't know why I can't get a strike. Circle hook drop shot with a robo worm, 4.5-inch robo worm with a weight tied about 22 inches or so below it. See what happens. And there we go. We got one. What do we got? We got him on the drop shot, and that's a pretty nice bass. Look at that. Got him on the drop shot. Let's take a quick picture. And this bass is very warm. This water's warm. This bass is feeling pretty warm right now. Yeah, first one on the drop shot. Let's put him back in. Thing about these drop shots I'm using is I'm not using a I can't remember what they call it, but like the little O-ring that goes on it, worm saver. And so when they attack these things, they really thump them. And my worms are only usually lasting 2 or 3 fish I catch. But that's fish number 1 for the day. Let's go for fish number 2 on the drop shot. Popper's not working. Let's keep trying the drop shot. The thing about the drop shot, it don't make no noise going through the water, but because of that weight I have on it, if there's any fish remotely around it, they know something hit the water because it's so loud when it hits the water. It's not making no noise, and I got a fish on right now. There we go. And it just came off. And I might move further on down the bank. I might have spooked everything around here. I'm going to move down a little ways. All right, that's fish number 2 for the morning on the drop shot. So this is my setup this morning. So far that's landed me 2 fish. It's robo worms, 4.5-inch straight tail, morning dawn. I use these almost exclusively when I drop shot fish. We'll see a little 4.5-inch floating worm, and I put it on a circle hook right here. It's a 2/0 circle hook, and I've got it pretty long this morning. I usually don't, but my weight at the bottom of the circle hook, it's all the way down here, is I'm gonna say 20 inches at least. I've got it spread out pretty far. I usually don't have it that. It might be 22 inches, but that's what's worked so far this morning. Let's keep fishing. All right. Still got the popper on. Glad I went back to it for a second. Let's see if we can get something else to strike off that thing. Thing about the popper and a frog is it's just so exciting when you get a topwater hit compared to an underwater hit. It's kind of exhilarating. If you've never had a frog hit a frog bite or a popper bite, it's so much more fun than just an underwater bite. And there we go. We got another one. We got another popper bite. Another fish. I think this is number 4 for the morning. Yep, number 4. And this is turning out to be a pretty decent morning for me, apparently. 2 on the drop shot, 2 on the popper. Bass number 4, back into the water you go. And so I got bass number 4. I'm not going to change my spot just yet, and I'm going to stay with the popper. Because if it keeps on working, I'm going to keep on using it. I'm not going back to the drop shot again. Unless I have no luck with the popper, and then I try the drop shot and maybe get something else. If I don't get something to drop shot, I'm just calling it a day. You know, I've been out here since daybreak, and I expect only a couple hours of action maybe, and they might be done till the afternoon. But that's what I got it on right there. This last couple bass, I think that's number 4 or 5. I gotta go back and look at my videos. I think that's number 4, 2 and 2. But yeah, look at that. That's the popper. That's the underbelly, silverish, some green coming into it, a little red tail. Let's try it again. So I've moved on to the south side of pond number 2. I've been here since about 5:50, 5:55. Out here fishing. It's right at 7:30, so been at it for about right at an hour and a half. But I'm gonna try the south side of pond number 2, which is a lot smaller pond than the first pond I went to. And if I can't get anything here relatively quick, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the morning. So I'm wrapping it up for the morning. Came out here using the popper and drop shot this morning. Had some success at pond number 1. Pond number 2, big bunch of nothing, hardly no nibbles. Did have 3 strikes and couldn't land either one. Started reeling them in. I don't know if I didn't set the hook, they didn't fully commit. Couldn't get anything going on pond number 2, but had a pretty nice morning at pond number 1. End up I think 5 over there. I don't think it was 6, I think it was 5. I'll go back and count them. But yeah, pre-dawn fishing. Took about 15 minutes. They start getting active. I saw the birds on the water, saw stuff hitting on the water, and a pretty nice morning.